Welcome into the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview, proudly presented by Arkansas Tech University, D3 Auto Sales, and Metcalf Trucking and Trailer Repair. Today we sit down with Westside Warriors head coach Bobby Engel. This Pigskin Preview is sponsored by First Community Bank.
Welcome back into the Hometown Sports Arkansas Football Preview. This time I have the Westside Warriors head coach Bobby Engel with me. I appreciate you, Coach, for joining me. Man, like I told you before, this is the last interview of this series here. I think we did 101 actually is your number. So this is our last one. We got to get ready for Friday night. Actually going to be in Jonesboro on Friday night for the Jonesboro-Conway ball game. But man, we're looking forward to another high school football season.
Yeah, I think we all are. I think we're ready to get it kicked off, and everybody's kind of done with benefit games, and you get some good use out of them, but it's not like really playing a good hard 4 quarters.
Yeah, that's right. It's different, and those lights will be on Friday night, and it just gets a little bit different. Maybe under some rain, that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes, but looking forward to Friday night. So, anyway, with that being said, Coach, your West Side Warriors, talk a little bit about what happened last year with your team, and get us a little bit informed about what's going on over there.
Well, last year was not really what we expected as far as a team or as a coaching staff, and that's on me as the head coach and not really getting the job done. And just like I say, we just didn't meet expectations last year all the way around, whether it be on the players, coach staff, the head coach, myself. It just wasn't our year, and the ball never really bounced our way. We had some good things going sometimes, and it seems like we just always shot ourselves in the foot, and we come out on the wrong end of the stick. At least 9 out of 10 times there. So that's the first time we've ever went 1-9, and at least in my tenure here, and it just wasn't a good thing for us. It left kind of a bad taste in our mouth.
Yeah. Well, looking ahead to this year, what are your West Side Warriors? What excitement do you have for them this year?
Man, this group is really, it's worked. They've worked hard. They wasn't real happy with the outcome last year either. They've worked hard, and they've worked hard over the summer, and we've talked about it several different times about how the consistency that we need to be there, how we need to get to that point, and what things we need to do to be there. This group's embraced that. Just a total different attitude as far as work ethic, total different attitude as far as coachability and what we're wanting to do on the field. And when you have that, good things are going to happen.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to start in the off season. Football games are won and lost in the off season before things even get kicked off. When you get kicked off, it's almost like the hay is in the barn in some ways, not always, but
Yeah.
in some ways, what you've done is done, and now you got to get it out there and put it on the field.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of preparation in off season. As far as long hours on coach's part and long hours on kids' part. The time that you have to prepare once season starts really gets cut down. You're Monday, Tuesday. Usually for us it's a Monday defensive install and some endo work, and Tuesdays offensive install and endo work, and we combine everything on Wednesday with some special teams. Thursday you're on walkthrough, and so Friday you're ready to play. So the time or the amount of time that you get to prepare really is cut in half really.
Yeah. Yes, it is, and it's as I'll just say myself as a pee wee football coach, I can see how hard that would be. So I imagine being a high school level coach, it's even harder to not have that time to prepare. Well, Coach, let's talk about some of the kids that you've got returning.
Yeah.
Some of those that will be helping you win ball games this year in the fall.
Man, we got a lot of guys returning. I think we sat down the other day as a staff, had a little staff meeting, and we looked at it. And we was like 7 guys, maybe sometimes 8 guys on each side of the football, returning for us, and that, we look at that 2 different ways. We went 1-9 last year, and yeah, we got 8 guys returning. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Really depends on how you look at it. We're looking at that as a good thing. A lot of guys had an experience playing last year. A lot of guys got a lot of reps, and it's a matter of them putting that experience of all last year, whether you win or lose last year, putting that experience to use this year and being ready to play a little bit better football.
Talk about who you've got returning, some kids that are going to make it a difference for you this year.
I really think a lot of our seniors are going to make a difference. Dakota Neely returns at our tight end spot, and we moved him to inside linebacker, and he's really kind of flourished there. He's doing real well. Um, Hunter Drummond's, in the backfield, and another inside linebacker right there. Weston Watlington is a senior, also playing in the backfield, and an outside linebacker. Uh, just different, several different guys in that senior. Gavin Dodson's returning. He's going in at quarterback instead of running back for us. So he stepped up and handled that job really well. And transition's been pretty smooth for him. And just overall, Bo Anderson and Bo Watson, these guys that are got a lot of playing time last year and really stepping up. We got some young guys coming in as far as sophomores as Ashton Henson and Kai Cameron and Caden Purvis and 2 or 3 different guys as sophomores that are looking to make an impact. And then you got the middle guys, the juniors that are they're going to be there is Parker Simpson, and I mentioned that Bo Anderson earlier. Those guys are juniors, and they're big. Parker Simpson and Bo Anderson just big guys up front for us. They got a lot of playing time later. They played every down last year, so that experience on the offensive line is really going to help us there.
Tell us about maybe somebody that might surprise. They come out of nowhere that's had a good summer, maybe a younger kid, maybe a kid that's been there with you.
I really think a guy named Tyson Young, who's come from across town from Nettleton over to us, didn't really play over there. I think last year, or got back into football, and man, his overall his attitude, his work ethic has been great. He's just real coachable kid, and love being around him every day. So I'm looking for Tyson really to step up and do good things for us. And then we're getting Clay McMillan back off injury. Clay's one of our would have been our starting inside linebacker, and one of our running backs. But Clay had a foot injury, so we're really looking forward to getting him back on the field full strength there in a couple of weeks.
All right. Talk about the offense and the defense that you guys like to throw out on the field.
Well, typically, we're in the power I. We made a transition and made a call this last summer after season. It's time for a change for us with the personnel that we have, and I talked it over with my defense coordinator, Coach Greenwell, and he has had success in the past running a single wing, and he's really good at it. So we flipped him over to the offensive side of the football, and promoted him to the offensive coordinator and let him do that this year, which is a good transition for us. I think it's going to be a good change for him also going to the offensive side of the ball. And like I say, he just knows it so well, and he does a really good job of calling it. And honestly, probably better than I do. So me giving up the play calling duties and handing that over to him is something we made as a coaching change. And we got a new defense coordinator in Joey Potter, which I'll be helping more on the defensive side of the ball with him this year. So really, the coaching roles have kind of swapped. And like I say, it's just whatever it's going to take to help us win football games. We really don't care what we do.
And what kind of defense do you think you'll throw out there this year?
Defense wise, we'll still stay in our base 3 front. Really, a 3-4 look, depending on what team we're playing, we could jump into a 4-3 or a 6-2 or something like that. But our base defense will stay the same as far as the 3-4 for us.
All right, let's talk about your conference a little bit. What do you expect out of your conference this season?
Man, it's going to be tough every Friday night. It just is. You better come ready to play in our conference, or you're going to get beat. That's the bottom line. Highlands, up. Coach Stowers doing a great job with them guys over there. They bought into what he wants, and they've got some athletes, and they're going to be tough this year. I really look for Highland to be at the top of the mix in the conference race, and obviously you're adding Southside Batesville from the 5A East coming down into our the 3-4A here. They're always got athletes over there. Gosnell's always got athletes. Blytheville's always got athletes. I mean, so it's just a matter. Pocahontas is always solid. So between us, Cave City, and Truman, and the rest of the group, it's going to be a battle every Friday night.
Yeah. What about your non-conference schedule? What does that look like?
Well, we're fixing to kick it off with our rival Brooklyn. It's an old conference rival with us, and they went to the 5A East, and we've kind of kept that going here as a non-conference. It's a good, easy non-conference, road trip for us and them. When they come here, it's just right across town, so the travel's not that bad, and it's just a really good atmosphere. Whether you're here at Westside or you're over at Brooklyn, the atmosphere is great. They support their football, and so does our community. So it's just always a really good game.
All right. Well, Coach, last question for you. It will be a successful season at Westside
if we do the little things right and we focus on the small details. I don't doubt our kids are not going to work hard. They're going to play hard. We just really got to focus in, do the small details right, and pay attention to what's going on the field. Obviously no turnovers on the offensive side of the ball. We got to create some turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. But really looking forward with this group, to getting this season going.
Well, that's Coach Bobby Engel of the Westside Warriors joining us here on the Hometown Sports Arkansas Football Preview. And you can catch all of this content on Facebook and on YouTube. Just check us out. Search the Arkansas Sports Network, and you'll be able to find it all. Coach Engel, I appreciate you joining us here, and good luck this season.
Yes, sir. We appreciate your time.
All right. Coach Bobby Engel there of the Westside Warriors.
Thanks again for joining us on the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Arkansas Sports Network on YouTube to catch more previews and all the latest updates on your favorite teams.